Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is, it's good. It would be great, except that it's like 95 degrees outside. I'm tired of the weather. I'm so sick of it. And my air conditioning is sick of it too. It's struggling. It probably needs to be recharged. I think I had it recharged last year. I've had to do it a few times since I've lived here, but it's struggling to keep up. Whatever. This weekend, Saturday. So let me rewind a little bit and tell a little bit of Malia's story. Last year, she wanted to find something to do to she's never, since she's lived with me, I mean, obviously there was the pandemic and all that stuff, but since she's lived with me, she's never really had like a thing to do outside of the house. And so last year she's like, I want to find something to do. And in the town south of here, it's like a 15-minute drive. There is a rec center that has adult like leagues. And so she signed up as a free agent for dodgeball, or not dodgeball, kickball. Actually, soccer. She signed up as a free agent for soccer last summer, and they didn't get it. They couldn't find a spot for her. Like all the teams were full, basically. So then they had a fall or a summer kickball league. She signed up for that, and a team picked her up. And it turns out the team that picked her up are all like her age. They're FAA employees. They work at the regional airport, like, and their wives and that sort of thing. And she has become pretty good friends with her kickball team. And she hangs out with one of her friends from that team quite often, which is really cool. In fact, Saturday morning we went to play pickleball, and she told her friend because her friend invited her to go to like a kickboxing class or something, like a kickboxing cardio class. And she's like, we're going to go play pickleball. And she's like, well, cool, I'll come over after I get done. So she did. She came over, she showed up, we played some games, whatever. It was fun. Anyway, all that is to say, that group of people, her team, like to do trivia. Well, a few of the couples. There's two couples on the team that I guess live really close to each other, and they like to do a lot of stuff together. And trivia nights are one of those things. There's a guy here, it's called, I forget what it's called, doesn't matter. He's like a professional trivia guy. Like he has trivia nights every night of the week at some place or other. And so they've gone to his trivia nights for a while. They invited us. So a couple weeks ago we went to a place in Clarksburg, and Saturday we went to, there's a Meagher's Irish pub here. It's a cool little Irish themed pub, I would say. By themed, I mean they have a wall of Jameson. That's about it, honestly, and some Irish flags. But we went to trivia. It was 2000s trivia, and we won second place. And that was pretty cool. The last time we were like, I don't know, near the bottom. We won second place out of 13 teams. It was me, Malia, and two other women. That was it. Like their husbands had to work or whatever, couldn't show up. So it was just the four of us. We won second place. That felt really cool, and I'll tell you why. As a child, I read a lot. I read whatever I could get my hands on. I liked reading. I read my bus stop for both junior high and my bus stop for 4 years. We called it, I don't know what we called it, primary school. It was like 5th and 6th grade, and then junior high, 7th and 8th grade. Both of those years, all 4 of those years, my bus stop was at a 7-Eleven gas station. I mean, technically the bus stop was across the parking lot across the street, but whatever. We all met at the 7-Eleven gas station in the morning. We played video games, whatever, and then we walked across the street. So if I didn't have money for video games, they had a Street Fighter 2 machine, which we would love to play. Or if it wasn't my turn, if other people were playing, I read magazines. Like I would read magazines every morning because I loved to read. And my parents, I didn't have a lot of access to, like I didn't have money to go buy books constantly, but they had a set of encyclopedias from like the 60s old Encyclopedia Britannica. Actually, they might have been early 70s. They were older, but not super old. I read the entire encyclopedia front to back. All of them. Read them all the articles. I read the dictionaries, the Oxford Dictionary and the Webster Dictionary. I love facts. I've loved facts my entire life. And I always thought I would be good at trivia because I know all this nonsense. Turns out I'm not. I know a lot of nonsense, but not broadly. And these sorts of trivia nights are like, they'll ask movies. I don't know a damn thing about movies. I mean, whatever. If it's not like an obscure film that you've never heard of, I don't know anything about it. I'll know about the obscure stuff. They ask a lot about pop music, no clue. TV shows, no clue. Like I'm not good at any of that stuff. I'm good at like Jeopardy questions, but I'm still not a Jeopardy caliber trivia person. But I always thought I could be. I always thought I could do that. I could be on Jeopardy. I could study up and get there. I could win Trivial Pursuit. I would win usually when we play, any kinds of trivia games. I would win with family or whatever. But the whole point of this is to say, it's amazing at 45 years old, I can tell a huge difference in my capacity versus my 20s. And you could say that possibly some of the decline, if you want to call it decline, possibly some of that decline is just a lack of interest, which is true. Like these days, I inject facts that I care about and that have meaning, and not so much just random facts that I come across, like I did in my 20s. But I think that some of it is just decline. Like it's literally just I've already lived past the point where humans were supposed to live. We were supposed to be in our 30s. We were supposed to die in our 30s. I'm already past that point. I'm already in old age, biologically. So there is decline, and it's really rough to admit it because there's nobody out there talking about it like until you're in your 80s or 70s or whatever. And I think it's fairly universal, right? I think there's a lot of fears that people have about aging that just aren't talked about, especially at this middle stage where you go, oh, I'm still good, right? Yeah, I am. I'm physically great. I can go play pickleball. I can walk a mile, whatever. I can do strenuous exercises. My heart's not bad. I have, I can take care of myself through diet. I don't have to worry too much about blood pressure medicines and all that other stuff as you age. Like I'm still healthy, but there's definitely aging is a thing, for sure. Mental aging is a thing, for sure, and I can feel it. And it frustrates me. And obviously the hope is it's not something serious, like, early onset, whatever. I don't want to say too many medical terms because then Google likes to think that I'm talking about stuff in age restricted, like whatever. Yeah, age restricted to mid 40s people because that's that's who I'm talking to. But yeah, I don't think I'm good at trivia anymore. I think part of it is I don't care. I care when there's a fact that I care about, I retain it very well, and I will spout it given the moment. I'm very enthusiastic about sharing facts. I have learned to try not to do it condescendingly or in a mansplaining kind of way, but I get really excited to share a fact I know about. When somebody says something wrong, I want to say something because it's like, oh, I know the answer and you're not correct. I try not to, like in that kind of weird way, but I'm not good at trivia. Not anymore. Do you ever go to trivia nights? We're going to go whenever they invite us. There's no reason not to. Like, we don't have to go eat and stuff. I had a couple whiskeys and just chilled, and it was a nice little evening. It's like a couple-hour game, and, it was nice. I enjoyed myself. So, do you do trivia nights? Anything like that in your area? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is witticism. It is a noun meaning a witty or clever remark. We love our servants because they are so full of witticisms about people of their class. Witticism, Witticism. Oh, yes. The servant class and their self deprecation. It's so witty.